usual. So let's get into the Riyadh Comedy Festival. I know nothing about this, so I'm gonna leave this up to you to give me some backstory, give me some explanation on this. But apparently, it's taking the internet by storm.
It has. I'm surprised you don't like nothing has come up anywhere that you've seen anything about
My
this,
my algo is a little different than yours, I guess, sir.
apparently. But yeah, so they booked this giant festival in Saudi Arabia. Every comedian you've ever heard of, Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle, Chris Tucker, Andrew Schultz. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. And some comics have spoken out about it, some of which didn't get booked on the festival, but they don't like it. Some of which did get booked to the festival and later got dropped, like Tim Dillon, because he talked about it on Joe Rogan's podcast. And apparently they're like, no, dude, we're good. We're good. We don't like the way you talked about this, so we're good on you. And they're
Okay.
paying people bags of money,
Saudi,
dude.
Saudi money, yeah. Hmm.
Bags, Saudi money, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking slavery, blood on the end of a fucking knife money. Tim Dillon claimed he was getting paid $375,000 for one show. And he said the highest people were getting paid was like 1.6 million.
Do we
Oh,
know?
Sebastian Maniscalco's on
Do
it.
we know which comics by chance? You would
I
imagine that
mean,
would
you
be
can imagine
Chappelle, right?
who's the highest paid. Chappelle, Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Sebastian, got to
Yeah.
be making a bag. So Shane Gillis also talked about how he was offered twice to do it, and he turned it down both times because he's like, I think I'm good on Saudi Arabia. And we can find a clip of him. Actually, I have one pulled of him
Okay.
talking about it. You know, Mark Maron spoke out about it, of course. Several people have spoken out against it. And then even non comedians, just people that do shows on the internet, podcast hosts, YouTube guys, whatever. And you know, there are two sides of it for me. One, make a living. Great. You get offered a bunch of money to go do this in a place where, like I said to you before we started, things aren't great. That's an understatement.
Right.
But I think my biggest problem, ooh, you know who else is on it? Pete Davidson. We'll get into him in a minute.
Okay.
So, you know, my biggest problem with it is all of these fucking, and I think I said this last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, probably last week when we were talking about something stand up related. I'm so tired of these guys bringing up free speech and their free speech is being infringed upon in this country. It's such nonsense.
What
But
does that have
yet,
to do with this?
you can't say anything in Saudi Arabia. Your fucking hands get cut off and you get
Oh,
thrown in
I see.
jail.
I see.
I mean, it's one of the worst places for free speech. If you do anything, and that's the thing too, they don't have like a, a sophisticated government like we do, and that's a stretch calling ours sophisticated, but you know, so it's basically run by corrupt people who make spontaneous decisions about crimes they think you've committed, you
Why?
know?
Why do you think? I mean, I understand it's money, but we're also talking about guys who don't need money. Why?
I'm glad you brought that up.
Why would Chappelle and Kevin Hart and these massive, the biggest comedians in here in America are why do you think they chose to do it?
I'm glad you asked that. So I that was going to be kind of 2 or 3 points down the line of mine. I
My bad.
think, no, you're good. No, that's good. I think the other thing is this too, like Saudi Arabia, as of late, as of the last, I don't know, however many years, is really trying to ingratiate themselves with westernized culture. You know, the golf tournament for the golf,
That's what I've been sitting here pondering in my
there's going to
head.
be
Like,
a WWE event there, UFC events there. They've
yeah,
had Beyonce's played there. Like, you know, so they've tried to sort of say, hey, we somewhat approve of your westernized culture, but you get out of line, we'll chop your heads off. If you're a journalist and you go there and you say anything they deem problematic or detrimental to their society or not even their society, their ruling state, you get put to death. It's not a free speech place. So the fact that all these free speech advocates, these fucking babies that complain all the time. Now, I will say this. Somebody like Kevin Hart, I don't know that I've ever heard that guy talk about free speech. That guy just likes the bag.
well, yeah,
So clearly that's, but again, dude, you're worth $500 million.
yeah.
Do you need to condone what seems to be in the comedy community a problematic festival for 1.6 million? I don't
I mean,
know.
do they? Well, my question is, do they not? Did they not think there was going to be backlash by doing it?
Who's
In
they? The
just
comedians?
yeah, just a matter of public opinion, knowing
If you're
what
Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle or Some of those guys, do you care?
Chappelle probably not.
I think Chappelle cares.
Kevin Hart probably. Yeah, but Chappelle stays in the dark for and just comes out every once in a while and does comedy set. You know, he's not in the public eye all the time. Kevin Hart is doing a movie every other day.
Yeah, but him doing that festival isn't going to have any sort of negative impact on his ability to make shitty movies in this country.
So
So
okay, then what's the backlash here? What
it's
why?
because Saudi Arabia is a shithole. It's not a great place. It's not a
Okay,
great place for free speech. It's
so
no
how
free speech, anti-gay, anti-LGBTQ, fucking anti-women, slavery. And that's the thing that got Tim Dillon in trouble. He joked about slavery, and he did do it in a joking way. And if
so
you know Tim Dillon's brand of humor, you know
mhm.
he was joking. But yeah, it's a bad place, man.
So
I don't.
isn't it funny that Chappelle got invited after the last few specials that he put out? Literally just going hard on women and LGBTQ and all. It was literally I don't give a fuck specials that he put out.
It's not funny. Makes sense
Why?
because of the things that he said. You probably go, well, he gets it. He can come. We don't think he's going to get out of line. I don't know. I go to the free speech thing, and so Pete Davidson is doing it. Now, allegedly, I don't know if you remember that 9/11 thing, but allegedly Saudi Arabia was behind it. You know how Pete Davidson's dad died, right?
Yeah, it was in 9/11. I understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? Why are you going over there? You're going to go yuck it up for the people that killed your dad? That's insane to me. That's insane to me. I'll tell you this. My dad was a firefighter, and right after I was born, he went to a fire in a broken down neighborhood. It was arson. Someone started the fire. It wasn't an accident, and he almost died. He came very close to dying. You know, I certainly later on, if it came out, and it never did come out who started the fire, but I imagine it was someone trying to hurt people. Didn't matter who it was. It was just some fucking maniac who wanted to burn people. You know, I certainly later on wouldn't go, oh, that guy, he owns a club now. Let me go ahead and play a show there. I'd probably go, I'm going to skip that. He almost killed my dad.
Yeah.
Just out of, I don't know. We'll give you 1.6 million. Well,
Do you have like a list that you can pull up of all the comedians that were invited to do this, or have you named them all? Do you know?
oh no, there's so many, dude. It's like a 2, 3 day festival. I think it's over. So we got Hannibal Buress, Jimmy Carr, Whitney Cummings, Gabriel Iglesias, Joe Coy, Bobby Lee, Sam Morril, Mark Norman, Russell Peters, Jeff Ross, Andrew Santino, Tom Segura, Aries Spears, amongst the other ones that I've already, Aziz Ansari. Yeah, all did it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that Andrew Santino did it.
a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit. I'm kind of upset that he did actually. That kind of bums me out a little bit. Nimish Patel was on it and dropped out right before, and he released a video talking about it because he did receive backlash from his fans.
I feel like some of these guys had to have been like, all right, here's the deal. I'm on a jet. I get there. I do my set. I get back on that jet. I'm back home.
I'm sure that's the way it was for some of them.
Yeah, especially Kevin Hart and Chappelle, and like they just had to be in and out. I'm done. Give me my money.
Yeah, that's the dream, but not in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
That's
right.
gross, man. I don't know, man. It seems odd, especially for the guys who already are worth so much money. Now, if you're one of these other mid acts who, 1.6 million, or no, I'm sorry, 350,000 to 500K to do a show, that's great.
Yeah.
That's like career changing money.
Well,
That
yeah,
puts you ahead.
and, and you're also talking if it's a 3 day festival, you probably have headliners on certain days. But if you have multiple comics, you're probably only doing like a what 25, 30 minute set maybe
At
for
the
some of these
most.
guys. Yeah,
At the most,
and
yeah.
you're making that much money. That's insane.
Yeah. It's just blood money, man. That's the problem with it. Here, I'll show you this video. A shout out to this is American Redact is the YouTube channel. This is in my I'll go hard. This guy goes hard on all the comedians and a lot of the people we've talked about on this show. But
Okay.
yeah, the beginning of this is Shane Gillis talking about not doing it, and good for him, dude. We talked about him. Was it after the last set? I don't remember what it was, but we talked about is he going to get too big for his britches? Is the fame really going to, is the bag going to start? So far, dude, He's kind of being our everyman hero so
He is.
far.
Well, what's funny is when we've talked about him, he's way too big for what he thinks he should be, and he's humble about it.
For now.
Like I don't even feel like he thinks he should be where he's at now, doing arenas and shit.
Yeah, dude, he did Notre Dame Stadium.
Yeah. Oh shit, this is off topic, but did we talk about John Mulaney's gonna do
Wrigley Field.
Wrigley Field?
That's insane.
That's crazy, right?
He didn't do it. I wonder if he was offered. I haven't seen anything about him saying he was and turned it down, but you would think he would be one of the names put on there. But anyway.
Yeah, there was it's tight. They just went to the desert and just fucking
They were asking me to go to the Middle East soon.
What? Where? Why?
Saudi Arabia and UAE or Dubai.
Dubai?
I think I'm gonna pass.
Yeah. For the troops? Is it for the troops?
Not for the troops.
What?
It's for the Saudis.
For the Saudi princes?
Yeah, and everyone's like, yeah, you should do it. Everyone's doing it. It's like, for Saudis?
Yeah.
Weren't those the 9/11 guys?
So I thought.
Aren't they exactly the 9/11 guys?
All right, so if you heard the news, Saudi Arabia is currently hosting a pretty controversial comedy festival in their capital city of Riyadh, with some of the world's most famous.
I like how that's just a deserted place with 12 beautiful buildings put in the middle of it, but everything around it is just utter shit.
Yeah.
It's just a sand trap of shit. It's so fucking crazy to me. Every time I see photos like that of the Middle East, I'm like, well, that looks beautiful, but look at everything around it. It's got to be depressing to leave there, right?
Comedians headlining the event. Huge names like Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, and even Bill Burr are being paid millions of dollars to perform there in the next.
Yeah, I didn't talk about Bill Burr and the hypocrisy behind him doing it.
Yeah, that seems like out of all of them, he seems like the most hypocritical.
He's been very, not even just in his routine, his act, but on podcast, in interviews, like anti-billionaire, anti-big money guy, that type of thing. Even though you made a movie for fucking Disney. But anyway, yeah, I forgot to mention that.
But I wonder if anybody got him on a show and asked him about it, what his...
Not yet.
No, I'm saying I wonder if they did, what his...
They better. The
pushback
next
would
person
be.
to have him on a show, they better press him about this.
Or he doesn't do a show for a while because he's
he's probably going to be, he's probably going to
he's still doing his solo podcast, right? So I wonder if he's talked about it at all.
I don't know. I used to listen to that a lot. I haven't in a long time.
I gave up on it too.
I don't even know when I gave up on it or why I gave up on it. I always liked when he talked about movies and sports. Like it was fun. It was like, relatable shit to me. Right. Like you can tell he's a big sports guy. Granted, it's all Boston, but he even knows about other shit too. So it just reminded me of like an old friend of mine. You know what I mean? But
few weeks. And as you might have already guessed, their fans and their fellow comedians are really hating on them for it, since Saudi Arabia has a long record of some serious human rights violations and state-sponsored atrocities that these comedians are just gonna ignore while...
Yeah, they executed 196 people in 2023.
Jesus.
196 in 1 year.
That's crazy.
You can fact check me on the year and the number, but I know that number was high and it was recent. Okay.
Perform there, I guess. Because if they don't, they could literally end their own lives. Like it's actually illegal to say some things over there. And the crime is punishable by death. Just look at Jamal Khashoggi. So it's just an overall disappointing time to be a fan of comedy right now. And other comedians realize this too. I mean, just the other day, the guy who played Gabe Lewis from The Office, Zach Woods, hilariously summed up the whole thing in a TikTok post, where he put everyone there on blast, as they're essentially selling their integrity in exchange for enormous quantities of blood-soaked cash.
Guys, it's that special time of year. It's the Riyadh Comedy Festival. And all of your favorite comedians are performing at the pleasure of Turki Al-Sheikh. And he is the head of the entertainment authority over there. And he has so many people thrown in prison because they tweeted stuff he didn't like about the soccer team or whatever, that there's a wing of a prison nicknamed after him where they hang people by their heels from the ceiling. Now, there's a lot of drips, killjoys, and dweebazoids who are saying, they shouldn't do comedy over there because it's whitewashing a regime that just in June killed a journalist and killed Jamal Khashoggi and played a big role in 9/11. Shut up. Name one comedian who hasn't whored themselves out to a dictator. Sinbad, in the 80s, would go perform for dying Nazis hidden out in Argentina. Mr. Bean would do private shows for Idi Amin. Me and Bibi Netanyahu have collaborated. I pitched him a prank show called The West Bank. Let's not get our, moral panties yanked up, wedged high in our rumps. Human Rights Watch has been begging the comedians not to participate in the whitewashing of the horrors that are ongoing in Saudi Arabia. Ugh, what a cockblock.
And don't think for a single second that these
That was good. But he's also not wrong about anything he said. The non-joking stuff. Anyway, so you kind of get the point. I mean, this goes on to talk about, well, you want to hear Tim Dillon talk about it?
Sure.
Just take a look at what happened to Tim Dillon. He got banned from the festival for something as small as mentioning Saudi slave labor on his podcast. A podcast that he records in...
I don't know if that's small.
Yeah.
Probably don't want him talking about that, but okay. But again, free speech, right? Not in that country.
Here.
America, mind you.
I was fired from the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
And the craziest part about that was that he wasn't even condemning the slavery. He was, in a weird Tim Dillon-y kind of way, spinning it into some dark humor that actually casts it in a positive light. But the mere fact that he let the word slavery pass through his lips was enough to get him axed without warning.
Well, they have slaves, then they kill Hey, 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 hey. Get over it. Get over it. So what? So what they have slaves? So what? My friend, not a friend, somebody I don't even know. I bumped into them in Tribeca. And he goes, I would never do that because I don't want to interact with slaves. I'm like, well, why not? They'd be deferential, right? I mean, I imagine the slaves in those countries are good at what they do.
That's how extreme the censorship truly is. It doesn't matter if you say it sarcastically, ironically, or even supportively. The regime doesn't want the word itself uttered, because the word reminds people of reality.
Dude, how scary. Like, what if you walked into this room, and I don't mean to, right here. Like that should be beautiful to most people. That's frightening to me.
Yeah. It makes me uncomfortable just looking at this.
That's scary, right?
Yeah.
That's a scary place.
Yeah.
I'm such an asshole. I don't care.
Uttered, because the word reminds people of reality, and reality is the last thing they want leaking into their carefully manufactured spectacle. So here's Tim's reaction after he got fired.
My agent called me and told me they heard what you said about them having slaves. And I said, I was being positive about it. I was defending them. He goes, well, I know joking. That. I know you were defending them. I said, I was defending them for having slaves. I literally said, slaves are probably hard workers and for the most part, agreeable. But they didn't like.
I can laugh about it because it's slaves in a country that I'm never going to go to.
That. I was saying that slaves were proud of some of the buildings they built. Now, I am very clear about the way I will do a gig. If I accept a gig, I am not going to break the rules of the gig. So I certainly wasn't going to show up in your country and insult the people that are paying me the money. One, it's illegal. So I wasn't really planning to go to a Saudi jail. But on my own show, in my own country, where I have the freedom to speak and say the things I want, I'm going to be funny and I'm going to be who I am. And if you're not buying that, I addressed it in a funny way and they fired me.
That kind of sums it up right there, actually.
Yeah.
In my country where I'm allowed to be funny and say what I want. Not over there, man. So that's why this whole thing is it's odd that a lot of these guys would want to do that.
I'd like to see a list of people who
Turn it down.
turned it down. Got invited.
Bill Cosby.
Is this a joke? Are you really?
Yeah. I was trying.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna go
You
Bill
don't think they try to get?
Cosby,
You don't
Robin
think?
Williams, Carlin.
You don't think they try to get Rogan?
Is he gonna do a podcast there for a stand-up?
No.
Why would they want him? No, I don't actually, because he's so far up the right's ass right now. I don't think they would want a guy like that. It would make sense. Yeah, no, I don't. But also, I don't know that Joe Rogan's on the top of anyone's list of like, we're booking a comedy festival. Let's get him
I can't
for
believe they
stand-up
I
comedy.
can't believe they invited Bobby Lee. I know I hate on Bobby Lee. I just can't stand him. He annoys the crap out of me. But that just seemed out of everybody else that went, he just seems like the
I can't
oddball.
believe he went. And that's the thing that, again, when I go back to this, like,
Well, you have to think that him and Andrew Santino, they both got asked. They were probably both like they probably had to sit down and be like, "Are we really gonna do this? There's a lot of money, man. Are we really gonna do this?"
but Bobby Lee's been one of these outspoken guys about Austin and the kind of like going back to what we talked about when we play those Mark Maron clips. Like, he feels like a lot of the same ways that Mark Maron does, where a lot of the comics there just kind of punch down at the low hanging fruit and they use the F word and the R word. And it's just very sort of like, I'm like, dude, you have a problem with that, but you'll go to Saudi Arabia to get some laughs.
Yeah.
That's very hypocritical to me, man. So you don't want I'm going to say it for the sake of my argument here, but so you don't like when someone says retarded, but you'll go make people laugh who have slaves, have literally put people to death for nothing.
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know that it's a big hypocrisy, the whole thing. And I think
I have
that's
to, I have to
the biggest
imagine
thing about it, you know. Like I said, go make your money. Who am I to say how you make your living or to tell you not to go make a living doing whatever, but you know,
I have to imagine that Mark Maron has gone ape shit about this, huh? Have you
he
heard?
there was a clip of him talking about it. He actually was funny about it. He didn't go like the clip we played of him talking about, you know, the stuff he considered hack and, you know,
Mhm.
nothing even close to that. He was actually being very funny about it.
Wow.
Yeah, he did the angle of like talked about like he obviously talked about the things that we just heard, like why that place sucks. But he goes also, I didn't get invited, so it's easy for me to take this stand, you know,
Right. Yeah.
sort of like I didn't get offered the money, so it's easy for me to do that. You know, he was playful about it, not as passionate as we saw him talking about Austin and that whole thing. But
Right.
anyway, we can move on from that. I found it interesting because again, these fucking guys and their free speech bullshit. But you know, most of the people booked, I can't recall them ever really being like a free speech warrior in their act or on a show or anything like that. I'm sure they've talked about it and I'm sure it's come up and I'm sure it's a thing because all comedians want that. They want to be able to joke about everything, right?
Yeah.
They want to be able to joke about race and gender and all this stuff. While they might not be at the forefront of like arguing about it or protesting it online or, you know, on a show, it's still a part of their culture, I guess, is the biggest thing. Maybe Bill Burr. I would say Bill Burr and Pete Davidson are the biggest ones where I'm like, what the fuck what are you doing?
Is
What are you doing?
is Hannibal Buress still a decent name? I haven't even heard
That's a
his
name I
name
haven't
in
heard in
like
a while,
3
huh?
years. Like
Yeah, it's been a while.
his day, like when the whole he came out with the Cosby thing, and then it seemed like he's a pretty big name for a couple of years, and then I haven't heard his name in a while.
I mean, I think he's keeps doing movies and still does the road and stuff, but yeah, I don't know. Not, you know, the Cosby thing shot him into the stratosphere of,
Yeah.
you know, people knowing who he was, but he's a confusing one too. It's all confusing to me. I don't know. It's weird to me, but
I mean, we're probably making it more complicated than it actually is. I mean, literally, it's just okay. Well, if
what?
you were presented with this amount of money for doing 20 minutes of work, would you go do it?
Yeah, I don't think anything's complicated. The show must go on and they're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, we're all just bitching on the internet. You know, there's nothing complicated about it. It's commerce. It's entertainment. It's what it is. I get it. I get that aspect of it. But when I hear a guy like Shane Gillis, who obviously is doing very well right now, obviously has some money in the bank, be like, I don't know, the money, I don't care. I
Yeah.
just feel like that's kind of gross. I can relate to that. That's cool. And I don't think him doing that as a part of his shtick or his act or like him being a comedian. I think that's him really taking like a moral sort of like ethical sort of like, that's why would I do that? That's weird.
I
Guys,
wonder if they tried to get Kreischer.
why would they?
They got Segura, and Kreischer.
I want to see like
a huge
footage of
name
the
in the stand-up
crowd
game.
at one of these festivals. Like, what do you think the last one like? It's like, ha, straight face, like, just like staring through your soul.
Well, this is me being ignorant, but do they? What is the language in Saudi Arabia?
Arabic?
Well, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, how is it translated?
I don't fucking know, man.
Well, I've always had this thought with music too. Like if bands from here go and play in Japan or something, how is that translated to the Japanese?
It's not. They just catch on. Yeah, Arabic. I was right. God, all that school I went to. Look at it, paying off. I know one thing.
I mean, have you never thought about that? Like when you see because you watch them way more than I do. These huge festivals, like I don't remember what they're called, but
like Pink Pop in the Netherlands.
I was gonna say K-pop, but yeah, Pink Pop. Yeah, they're, do they understand?
Some do, some probably don't. But it's music. It's music.
I understand, but would
The beat,
you go?
the rhythm.
Would you go to a festival like that here if a band from
I would
another
tell you
country
right
that
now, if
don't
Electric
understand?
Callboy did a set entirely in German, I would still go see it.
Okay, that's a little different.
No, it's not. The music is what moves me.
Okay. All right.
You know.
I would definitely go to that, but God, I would really like it if they
Yeah,
did
but
it.
in 2025, or if it was 1997, I think you would have a legitimate question here. But it's 2025. If you're going to a festival to see a band,
Mhm.
you likely already know what the song's about, what the song means translated into your language because you have the internet. Very
That
simple.
that
Click of
many
a button.
people, that many people at
I'm not
a
saying all of them do that,
K-pop
but
festival.
I'm not saying all of them, but I think there's a large majority of. But also, you got to understand, you watch enough fucking Spanish TV, you're going to pick up on what's going on. And if you memorize it like you would a song,
Yeah.
if you take your favorite show, right?
Okay.
Ozark, something. You watch
Okay.
it in Spanish enough, you're going to be able to recite that shit back to me in Spanish just
Yeah.
based off memory. You're going to retain some of it. So you got a catchy fucking song, a catchy melody that moves you. You might not even know what he's saying, but you can say the words in the sounds that you're hearing him, that person do it. Yeah, absolutely. Not all, some. It's an interesting question though, because I do remember watching one of my favorite big festival moments is when Pearl Jam played Pink Pop and like right after 10 was released. So you got Jeremy, you got Even Flow, you got a lot, all these songs, fucking, and there was a sense that the crowd was like, this is mesmerizing, but they didn't understand it. So I'm like, is that a language barrier or is that just not understanding what Eddie Vedder says, like we Americans do anyway?
Good question.
Maybe I could have picked a better example.
Yeah.
Concrete. What the fuck did he just say? Yeah. Anyway, all right. Give me some new music, man.
Yeah, man, we got new music to do too. Okay, so I got 2 songs for you again this week. Do you want a band that you know or a band that you probably do not know, but it's very montagey? I've been liking these montage bands, and I've been
I love
coming across a lot
montagey.
more. So let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's go montagey.
Okay, this band is called Civil Days. Do you know that band?
No idea who that is,
Good
man.
deal.
Where are you finding this shit?
Oh, your favorite place, Apple Music.
Of course. So you're stealing it.
I wouldn't do that.
Good. Don't. All right, Civil Days. First thing that
Fun.
came up was a Civil War reenactment. So please give me the song title because I want nothing to do with that.
Well, I should have told you how it's spelled. So Days is Daze,
Of course it is.
and the song is called Paradise.
Paradise. These dudes are 75 years old.
I haven't even looked at them. I've only listened to the song. I'm excited though.
Let's not look at them because I think it might bum you out.
Oh,
So
come on now.
let me.
There's no music video? What are you going to do here?
No, there's no music video. It's just the song. Civil Days. Oh wait, how do you spell it? Dayze?
No, Daze.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is the band. Yeah, this band's 100 years old, but it's fine. That was a U-turn. Yeah, this might be the first new music of the week that we don't make it through, man.
You're not dating it, dude? How are you not in an 80s movie right now?
It does, but also bad one. I'm struggling with this.
Okay,
But
well, let's go to the next song. I'm fine with it because you said you had one too, new song too. So
Well, give me the one you think you. So you said you had another one.
band is 0936. You don't really? I thought
No.
we had played them before. Maybe we haven't.
Is this another one of these bands that you got on a compilation CD somewhere?
I don't think so.
What's the song called? Here to Bleed?
That's it.
Oh, wait, it's this.
Sorry, and it might not be obvious. Falling back into your arms again. Hold the blade and I keep score. Lead me to your killing floor. It's what I get for wanting more. Hey, through these bloodshot eyes, I can't stand how you see me. Living in a lie, was holding on to the feeling, pretending you always needed me. Sorry that I was begging to keep it around. Pressure bleeding me out. This song will never say never again. You left a knife in my chest, in too deep. You make it hard to breathe. We do this over and over again. Love like a gun to my head. Aim and see. I'm only here to bleed.
So wait, was the lead singer the one doing that flow?
I guess so. I'm not a big fan
Or
of that.
is Tech Nine somewhere in the background and just didn't feel like being in the video? What the fuck was that? How is that the same person?
I don't know. Way different.
So selfish, 'cause it's not eating you alive when I felt this. Hard to kill this parasite. You don't feel like I did back then. You don't hurt like I do now. What's the worst thing that could happen if I'm bleeding out? This song will never say never again. You left a knife in my chest, in too deep. You make it hard to breathe. We do this over and over again. Love like a gun to my head. Aim and see.
It was almost like Tech Nine crashed the set of the video and just busted a flow real quick and then left.
Yeah,
Because
what's
he
weird
didn't do it again.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, this is weird. That's odd.
Super odd. Because this is a good hook. Maybe you should have just done this.
I've
from
mainly
the
only
start.
heard the hook to this song, and I was like, "Oh, this is catchy. Let's play it." But I've not heard. Yeah, I don't understand why he just did it once and for a couple of seconds, and then it's over.
Maybe the bridge will be that. We'll see.
I'm only here to bleed. I could die but I'm not if I trust you. I couldn't live but a worse you said. I could stop all the pain if I want to. I like to feel now we're close to the end. I like to feel now we're close to the end.
What an odd song.
Never say never again. You left the night.
I like it. But that rapping thing, that is, I'm going to have dreams about that.
What?
I'm serious. That was weird. That was so odd.
Why? Yeah, why was that there? I don't understand. He
Because there's only 30 seconds of this song left, dude. Like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, there had to have been, like, one of their drunk friends in the studio. Like, you should bust a flow right here, dude. Yeah, it'd be so sick. And they're like, I don't know if this song really calls for that. No, do it. I'm telling you. And like, how about we don't have a producer. We're just listening to our drunk buddy.
In my chest. In so deep, you make it hard to breathe. We do this over and over again. Love like a gun to my head. Aim and see. I'm only here to bleed. You left me here to bleed. That's what I get for wanting more. I'm only here to bleed.
Can we go back to that? I'm sorry.
Yes,
I'm going to have a hard time with this, man.
I do want to.
I'm not going to be able to sleep unless I listen to this again.
That was a very new metal-y video, though, too.
Totally.
Lead me to your killing floor. It's what I get for wanting more. Hey, through these bloodshot eyes, I can't stand how you see me. Living in a lie, was holding on to the feeling, pretending you always needed me. Sorry that I was begging to keep it around. Pressure bleeding me out. Now, this song will never say no.
Dude, that is so weird and out of place and makes zero sense to the song. But whatever.
All right.
What can you do?
I may have to listen to more of their songs.
Oh, I'm going to
see
listen to
if
more
they
for
do it
sure.
more.
I'm so curious now. That is odd. That's odd. So I've been wanting to do this. So I wanted to actually do this band 4 months ago when they took the internet by storm. Are you familiar with the band President? Have you
No.
seen anything about this?
I know presidents of the United States of America.
No, this band's just called President.
Okay.
Okay. So they took the internet by storm because they dropped a video. No one knows who they are, meaning no one knows who the members are. And they don't show their faces. And the members of the band still has remained unknown. There has been speculation, okay? But no one really knows. So it kind of took the internet by storm because it was like this really fucking kick-ass song. And the dudes were wearing president masks, like Point Break. They robbed the banks and But the song was dope. The song was fucking great. And everybody was just like, who the fuck is this? Are they a super group? Like, what the fuck's going on? Last Friday, they released their EP. And I've listened to it like 10 times already.
Really?
Bought it immediately. I've listened to it so much. So I want to play you a newer track, but I want you to know, I want to give you some context. Because I just said they're anonymous. No one knows who they are. And there's been speculation as to who the lead singer is, which will actually take me into a throwback. Even though I don't even know if it's a guy, but we're just going to go off that fact, maybe.
Okay.
So let me give you the song that kind of took everyone by storm.
Okay.
And there actually is a music video for it, which makes it that much more fun. But yeah, I love this. I love these songs so much. It's a great EP. It's a really good listen. But so this is the song they brought out 4 months ago. And again, sort of out of nowhere, cryptic, very mysterious. And people were like, what the fuck is this? The song, it's in my opinion, the best song in the EP, but the rest of them are awesome too. Well, I should say he's known as President, and the rest of the dudes have weird names. Did you see other President masks? I always forget this. And I gotta watch the video again.
I wasn't paying attention.
Okay, so he might be the only one, but and nonetheless, you don't see them. Dude. So I heard this and I was like, "Shit, okay, you got me.
Wow.
You got me." So for new music, I want to do one of the other songs on the EP. And unfortunately, there's not a music video, but there is a visualizer. But so you've heard that. Sort of,
Is that the only music video they have?
no, they have another one. But
Okay.
that song's older too.
Okay.
But who do you hear? Like what bands would you compare that to?
Like a Dayseeker or something.
I hear a little bit of that.
along those lines,
A little bit of that, yeah.
But it's hard with the sound, the effects that they're using on his voice to really attach it to anything.
That's kind of why I like it, man.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's overdone either.
No, definitely not.
You know, normally I would be like, well, I'll say this. If we knew who they were and they overdid the vocals like that, I would go, okay, now give me something else.
Yeah.
Right? They do.
Do you think this is like a super group that nobody knows about?
That's been the speculation, but no one's really been able to kind of pinpoint who anyone else in the band is other than the lead singer. And again, just speculation.
Okay.
AI will tell you who everyone thought this dude was, that no, that's not the guy. And we'll
Yeah.
go with that for my throwback. But
Now, I will say, in this, I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, and it has nothing to do with the mask or the hair or anything, but the way he moves in that music video makes me think he's older.
oh, really? That's
I do.
interesting.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. There's just some movements that he makes that I don't know. I feel in that music video that made me feel like he was an older, and his eyes.
I think he was just playing like a thing. I think
It's
he was
possible.
doing
It's possible.
yeah.
I'm saying that's possible too. But his eyes look older to me too, because that's all you can see. But maybe I'm wrong.
Dude, you paid way too much attention to stuff like that. I didn't pay attention to details like
Well,
that.
I'm trying
Now
to
I gotta
figure. I'm trying to figure.
I
out
gotta
who
do
the
it
fuck
again,
it
Holly.
is.
Hang on. No, I wanna. Okay, your
I-
job must require attention to detail because I did not pay attention to this at all. I thought he was doing a thing because obviously he's got like an old guy mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it from his movements necessarily, but yeah, the eyes, maybe that.
What's really creepy about that mask too is that it's not like a mask because you see his eyes through it, but the rest of it is formed around his face to where it moves with his mouth.
I don't like how much you're.
No, do you understand what I'm
Noticing?
saying? Like when he talks,
I
when
do,
he
yeah.
sings, whole thing, like his mouth moves
Well,
with
dude,
the
he's
mask.
hitting notes, man. He's
But you s-
emoting.
I know, but you see his eyes through the mask, which is fucking weird. Like you would think if they were going to go through that much trouble with the whole mask, that they would have formed
Don't
it
show
around
your
his
eyes.
too. Yeah, unless that's just part of the whole gimmick.
Yeah.
Like just show you just enough to make you speculate.
Well, I think if you show just that little bit, it makes it kind of creepier,
Yeah, it does for sure.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
That's a really good song though. I really like it. I'm definitely gonna get a
So
hold
good.
of President's music.
so let me give you one of the newer ones. Well, it's the EP just came out last Friday, but this is one of the ones that are newer to folks that haven't, maybe only saw that video, but this is on the EP. And I'm gonna pick this one. It's so weird because they released a visualizer for this 7 days ago. So like right, I guess when the album dropped, I'm just gonna go with this one. Fuck it. I could play any of them because I like all of them, but this one, you've heard the heavier side of this band. This song's not as heavy, I guess.
Something on your mind, I can see it now. Patience don't come easy when I'm still strung out. I pay enough when I hear you shout. I'm trying to do it out. I'd say I'm sorry, but
So people have also been speculating because of the way that he sings. There's like an accent there. There's clearly
almost like-
like
That's hip hoppy.
a little mumble rappy, yes.
Yeah.
But when you listen to the rest of the EP, there is definitely like he doesn't sound American. But I never thought that until I found out who people were speculating the singer was, and the dude that they think is not from America. So it made it easier for me to go, oh yeah, that doesn't sound like an American. I could just be an asshole and ignorant as fuck. But anyway,
So
go ahead.
before we get to it, is the person that everyone is speculating, is that the same person that you speculated is?
I didn't speculate at all. I had no fucking
Oh,
clue.
I
I
see.
really didn't. I
Okay.
didn't try necessarily to even be like, who does that sound like? But no, I had no idea. I was like, yeah,
I wonder
I
how
just
long.
like this.
I wonder how long they can play the gimmick.
They've played live.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, we can pull up. Yeah.
Okay, I definitely want to see that.
That would actually be fun to do. Yeah.
Keep turning pages when I'm feeling rough. I don't know how much longer can I keep this up. I'm trying, it's not enough. If I stare at the stars for long enough, I wanna see you smile. I don't wanna be afraid anymore till I just beg for you to speak for a while. Fire in your eyes, you can levitate. Preaching out loud, watch me gravitate to you now. Don't really care what you used to say. I'm trying to look away. Throwing out lines, watch me levitate. Rack 'em up high, it's a quick escape for me now. Don't really care what you used to say. I'm trying not to hesitate. If I stare at the stars for long enough, I wanna see you smile. I don't wanna be afraid anymore till I just beg for you to speak for a while.
Yeah. I said not heavier, but that was a
It's-
stupid
it-
assessment on my part.
There were several different parts in there that I can't pinpoint who I hear, but I can hear several different singers. I just don't know who they are.
Yeah, it's
Like
tough,
one of
man. I
those-
mean,
yeah.
to me, it sounds like it could be a lot of guys.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know.
So is your throwback the band that people are speculating it is?
Well, a band that the lead singer, this the speculated lead singer. Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
You want to watch them live real quick?
Sure.
This was a download festival a couple months ago. Keep in mind, this song had only been out like a month,
Right.
2 months.
That's crazy.
And they got people like they just hit that one note, and people are like, "Yep,
Yep.
I'm good."
That's a different mask.
Yeah, it is.
I was too desperate, but you
Look at all the phones, man. God.
You'll choose to find hope.
I guess it's easy not to rock out to and just be this like
Yeah.
figure if you
Yeah.
look like this. You know?
Yeah.
I've done everything wrong in my life musically. I've missed the boat so many times. I mean, we'll get into it.
I wonder. So I mean, you have the gimmick of the masks and everything, but that's not a new thing.
Sure.
But I wonder if when they put it out, like if this was a plan all along
It's got to be.
of like,
It's gotta be.
we don't want anybody to know who we are and see how long we can ride this out. But the thing is, how do you get a band on a festival like this and not
And keep it
know
under
who
wraps.
any of the members are, and then people like somebody has to
No
know.
no one spills like
Right.
yeah. If they started an LLC under the names under which they go by, they could have signed the contract like that. So still
Yeah.
remaining anonymous.
Okay, that's fine. But my point is, like, nobody's seen them at this entire festival, even backstage or anything, without a mask on.
Well, fuck, you got to live it. Get the
Or
fuck out of
anything?
there. Don't
Okay.
party. Don't talk to anybody. Get the fuck out of there, man.
I guess
You know?
so.
In a meaningless world,
That song fucking kicks ass. I don't care what anyone says, dude. Fuck. Okay. The biggest speculation is that the singer is a dude named Charlie Simpson from a band called Fight Star. Are you familiar with this band?
Not even a little.
You, Mr. Emo, don't know who Fight Star is.
Never heard of that in my life.
Okay. So when I read that, I go, okay, maybe. And I started listening because I remember Fight Star actually opened for them at the new Creepy Crawl. And they were no one at the time. Like they were a new band too. Just like I remember reading about them somehow or something along those lines. And I remember seeing them going, fuck me, they're younger than me. Of course. So when I heard that, I go, maybe it's that guy. But that's what I want to do for a throwback is Fight Stars. And especially since you've never heard them.
The speculation.
The band's cool though. Let me just point out. So you said mid, you said closest to this. Their earlier stuff sounds nothing like this, dude. They sound like Finch.
Oh, wow.
They sound sound like one of those bands. Might be him, dude. Ooh. Damn, dude.
I don't know. I don't necessarily hear it.
You don't hear it? Really? I hear a tone in his voice. Tone. There's that word. All capital letters, tone. I don't know. I hear it. See, I didn't listen to this song, man. I went further back, and maybe that's why I didn't catch it.
Okay.
Damn. You know what's funny? If it is him, I remember watching this band after we played, going, "Man, this dude needs to lose the guitar. He needs to be a front man."
Yeah, for sure.
Like
He
it's
does, I mean, he
so
does have. It looks like he's got the height and
yeah.
and everything. What is so? I just looked this up just to see. I just put in singer of president in Google, and it shows that it's strongly believed to be Charlie Simpson. But it says he's of Busted and Fight Star. Have you ever heard of Busted?
I don't know who Busted is. I just remember Fight Star.
I just wonder if if it's different type of music. If
We can look up Busted, sure. But I do remember that about this band specifically. I was like, man, this dude needs to not be a singing guitar player for this music. It's cool, but this needs a front man.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that because there, so many guys that do it well and whatever, but I don't know. I'm biased, obviously. This is a cool song. I'm gonna buy this. Forgot about this shit. Cool.
I 1,000% agree with you. He needs to be just a front man with no guitar.
Yeah. It's not like it's not cool, but it's it just makes for a better show. Like you got to, you're fucking rocking out like that, like dude.
So if you
Oh God, I do know who Busted is.
if you Wikipedia it, it says the members of the band are President, who does vocals, Heist,
Right.
who's a guitarist,
Right.
Protest, who's a bassist, and Vice, who's the drummer.
Right. Okay, so I actually do know who Busted is. I forgot about this band.
Oh my God. What happened?
Her voice is echoed in my mind. I count the days till she is mine.
This is a dude who's if it is him, this is the dude who's gone through every phase
No shit.
of the music industry, every phase of his career. He's tried everything, and President is a way of going, fuck you, music industry. Like
I'm gonna do this and nobody knows who I am.
and he's a fucking pretty guy too. That's the worst part about it. Like
Yeah.
he's a fucking good-looking dude.
Was he in high school in this?
It's
he's
young as
young.
fuck, right?
Like boy
Well-
band times, right? Like when
I mean yeah. So I think the only reason I remember this is because yeah. So this was, I don't know. So it says 9 years, but obviously it's older than 9 years ago. I remember.
it said 02 in that thing you just scrolled down to.
Did it? Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you know,
okay. Man.
I can't tell my friends cause they will laugh. I love a member of her staff. And I fought my way to front of class to get the best view of her ass. I dropped the pencil on her
He's so young in
she
this
bends
dude.
down and shows me more. That's what I go to school for. The way they surreal more.
Whoa.
Call me crazy. I know that she craves me. That's what I go to school for. The way they surreal more. Your friends I've met plenty. And like Miss Mackenzie. That's what I go to school for.
Yeah, if that's oh my God, dude. I love this episode so much because we have literally, if it is the guy, we have tapped into the pain of being in the music industry, watching this guy progress through his career. Like
Yeah.
he started as a boy band pop punk guy to a fucking screamo hardcore guy to a fucking dude who wears a mask on stage.
And went like emo, Dayseeker-y. Yeah, like
Yeah, you say that, but when you call Dayseeker emo, I get kind of offended by that. I don't consider it emo at all.
well, emo, dark. How about that?
Okay. Troubled.
Okay. Which
Angsty.
most people would say emo
Angsty.
is exactly what you're saying right
Angsty.
now.
No, I don't like emo for that. Angsty.
Okay.
Dude, that's so funny, man.
Now I just really want to keep an eye out and see if it's solidified that that's who that is at some point.
I would say based on his past, he doesn't want people to know that it's him.
Yeah.
And that's why he's doing what he's doing. I really do. I think
isn't that wild though? Like, I wonder how did that happen though? To just put out a music video. Did they put out a video or just a song first?
just the song that I played for you. Well, the video. No, they dropped the video and the song at the same time.
Okay.
The video is what got people because you need the visual, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it makes so much sense, man. I know so many guys that this is their fantasy.
Yeah.
It's like I've been doing this. What if I could just be not me? Right? Just be anonymous and release some new music and they don't know it's me.
I guess my thing is it would surprise me if they expected that it would be as big as it is.
In the internet age, yeah. And I mean this with all sincerity, and I'm not being a jerk. If that's the guy, bravo to you, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a big, because you got to think like that's the thing, like the fucking the tale of the failed indie band. You know, the band that got on one of these indie labels and they tore their fucking dicks off and nothing happened, right? Good bands, tons of them. Great songs, tons of them. Great albums, tons of them. Nothing really, it never really caught on. You know, they have their cult following. A lot of them, if they came back tomorrow and said, we're going to go on tour, they would fill a fucking 500-person room, probably. But this is bigger. It's like it's like the mystique of it all is like,
you know what I hope happens? I hope that when it's solidified at some point who all the members of this band are, I hope that it had like the drummer and the guitarist are like massive names.
like Dave Grohl's playing guitar and that would be funny.
Fleas like doing.
Oh God. Then you would know somebody old was on stage. Trust me.
Straight